What's up guys, Ivan Carranza here and welcome to Bass Tone Tuesday. For today's episode, I'm gonna show you what was supposed to be the rig or the setup for the upcoming shows that we had with the David Bowie tribute band, the Young Dudes, where I play. And you know, all the shows have been cancelled for pretty much everyone in the world, so I was planning on showing you all this stuff on stage and running you through the whole rig, but we're gonna have to do it here at home. Let me start by showing you the instrument I was gonna use. Sorry for that. I was gonna use my Dingwall Super J. I've done a video on this bass like when I got it first. I think it was 2017. It's kind of old, the video. I probably should do another one new. But as you can see, this is a multi-scale instrument. The scale lengths range from 32 inches on the G string to 34.25 inches on the E string. So it is a bit longer on the E string, and it's kind of like a medium scale bass on the higher strings. And the tension, you know, is pretty even when you switch from string to string. The strings sound also very even, and it's got a very transparent tone. It is not like heavily colored, which makes it really good for live mixes, because the bass is present, you know, you have a lot of low end, but you still retain a lot of definition so that people can hear the bass but also feel it. And that's why I like this bass. You're gonna hear it in a second. It doesn't sound like a traditional passive J bass though. It's got humbuckers, and they are also neodymium pickups, so it sounds a bit more modern, but it also, you know, it sounds very good in a live mix. And other than the bass, now I'm gonna switch camera angles. I'm gonna point my camera to the floor where my pedalboard is to show you how I had everything set up for the different songs. So you won't be seeing me that much, but I'm gonna be playing that bass and going you through all the settings here. Okay, so now you're looking at my pedalboard, and right now there's no EQ, nothing going on at the moment. The Noble right here is set flat, so you're gonna hear the sound of my bass. Also, tone control fully open. I have both pickups in parallel mode, and the volume is fully up. The volume is also not that hot. The pickups on this bass are not super loud. So we're gonna start by, well, let me explain you first the whole signal chain. We begin with the polytune. Then from there, it goes into the Kali 76 compact bass. Then it goes into the Alpha and Omega by Darkglass. This is kind of like my always on overdrive. It's a very light, super subtle drive. Then this is for really distortion. That's what the YYZ is for. Then the octave pedal, and then the Noble was gonna be my DI for front of house. So let me start by turning on the compressor, and there's gonna be a volume difference because I also use it as a boost to hit the rest of the pedals a bit harder. So this is the volume on its own, or sorry, the bass on its own. With the compressor. So there's definitely a difference there already. And I'm not smashing my signal together, so I still have some dynamic range. Right? But from there we hit the alpha and omega. It's very subtle. There's not that much drive going on, but it makes a difference. You hear it more on the upper notes. It makes everything sound just a bit thicker. And this was supposed to be on all the time, right? So this was supposed to be on the whole time, so no changes throughout the set. It's just staying as is. The drive, the little drive that you do hear, you know, you don't hear it in a mix. It just makes the bass sound a bit thicker, a bit wider. And as you can see, I'm not using any EQ at the moment on the pedal. Everything is set flat here EQ wise. The mod is pointing at like 1 o'clock. I found that the best ratio or balance between enough mids and low mids and bass, because both mods or both circuits of the alpha and omega sound a bit different. Then we have the drive kind of like 1030 ish, which is kind of high, but then we compensate by pulling the blend at 9 o'clock. So let me just turn the blend all the way up. This is just like it's right now. So it's a lot of drive. Right? But we compensate for that by turning the blend control. For the YYZ, we used that for mainly 2 songs where the bass was very, very distorted. One of them is called Reality, and let me play you the verse real quick. Like that, but with the pedal on. That was kind of like the sound we went for, maybe a bit more deep. Yeah, it's pretty good. That was kind of like the sound we were going for. I could have also used the YYZ for an always on sound, like overdriven sound, just slightly distorted, and use the alpha and omega for the real like heavy distortion sounds. But I wanted to try the YYZ for that because I really like the mids of it. It just sounds just very present in the mix. I really like that. And the octave pedal here is mainly for ending songs, just like the last note of a song, or to accentuate the beginning of some parts. Just kind of like a build up, maybe like that sometimes, and also to accentuate some solo sections while the guitar players are soloing. I'm like. something like that sometimes. But until now, there's no EQ happening. I like to provide a pretty simple sound to front of house. I definitely try to talk to them as much as I can for the sound. For the rehearsals that we had prior to the show, I had Noble like boosted there, treble kind of like there, I think. So let me. That's a considerable bass boost. Right, it's definitely a difference. Try to do this. So. I was definitely planning on just dialing it like that, like very conservative EQ. And then talking to front of house to see what worked the best for each room. Because we have 2 guitar players, 1 keyboard, a singer, drums, and some backing tracks. So I definitely want to provide a solid tone to front of house that isn't too heavily colored, so that they can fit the bass sound from room to room. Most of the time, they would tell me, you know, I didn't need to do anything to your signal. That's been happening a lot lately. But, you know, just to be safe, I'd rather EQ in increments than just to send something and then have front of house fight against it. And here next to the pedalboard, you can see is my Mesa engineering or Mesa boogie rig. Which I was also going to take to shows. Some of them just with the pedalboard, you know, going direct from there. This was going to be my kind of like stage monitor, and also I was going to talk to front of house about the comparison between both the DI signal and also blending them. You know, sending the 1/4 inch from the Noble into here and then taking the DI from here, because for the past year, I've been using this as my main DI for shows mostly, and front of house has always told me, you know, that I barely need to do anything to your sound. It just sits very well in the mix. And I've been running post EQ, mostly set flat, maybe some bass boost, but nothing really crazy, and everyone's been pretty happy with it because it's got a very present character, but. Well, that test or that comparison is gonna have to wait. That's how I had everything set up for the shows. As you can see, there's not a lot of crazy EQing, just some light overdrive to glue all the instruments together, like I discussed on the video why you should use drive. There's part 1 and part 2. I'm gonna put a card here. And also, you know, the heavy overdrive for a couple of songs, the octave for certain sections, and then some minimal EQing on the Noble DI. And, you know, like I said, I was gonna discuss that with front of house guy, because we cover so much repertoire of David Bowie that I would have to change my tone for every song if I was to really nail the sound of each song on the record. So I prefer to set a basic tone that definitely works overall, and then let front of house do some of the work, because that's what they are there for, right? They have to make everything sound together. So sometimes less is more. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what is in your live setup. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the content that's coming to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care.